everybody, welcome back, Procarry Trucker. I guess YouTube has changed their policies. No longer have to have 1,000 subscribers to go live from a mobile device. I figured, you know what, I'm just going to give it a shot and see what happens, and I guess it's working. Currently I-57 southbound. Mile marker 2 something. 219. I am 7 miles north of Tuscola. I-57 in Illinois. Done a couple live videos yesterday on Facebook. Unloaded Cedar Rapids, Iowa yesterday. Made it to Bloomington, Illinois last night or yesterday afternoon. Evening, I pulled into Bloomington right around 5 p.m. I got a thumbs up. Three watching. Gretchen, Brian Dunn, and I cannot read the first name there, sorry about that. Currently I-57 south in Illinois, just north of Tuscola, Illinois. Tuscola to 212. I'm at 216, so 4 miles north of Tuscola, Illinois. We try to, Brandon. We try to. Can't make no money if we don't. Headed down the terminal, Teotopolis, Illinois. Dropped this empty trailer, and then I got 2 local runs. Terminals in Teotopolis, I'll be delivering 2 loads to Effingham, just about 6 miles away. Deliver those 2 loads, and then I'll pick up a load headed down to Lebanon, Tennessee. And then I'll deliver Lebanon, Tennessee tomorrow. Just started doing lives tonight on YouTube. I did a couple lives yesterday on Facebook. It used to be you had to have 1,000 subscribers to do a live from mobile device on YouTube, but I guess they changed their policy or whatever, so now I can do lives on YouTube. I don't quite have 1,000 subscribers. So I didn't think I could do them from YouTube yet. I guess I can. Darn, I can't really. Being on the mobile device, the print's small when you pop up your comments, so I will do the best I can at reading names and comments. It's like Darwin. Always, Darwin, always. Can't make no money if we don't. In case anybody does not quite realize what the Procarry and my Procarry Trucker screen channel name means, yes, Procarry does refer to the Second Amendment. Passing Tuscola, Illinois now. Got a little under an hour, maybe about an hour down to the terminal. And a whole lot of construction. It's pretty much all construction between Tuscola and Arcola, which is the next exit. Arcola's at the 203, 212 to about 9. Almost 9 miles of construction. Luckily this time of day, not a whole lot of traffic. If it was midday or whatever, I would have got off at that next exit and ran the US 45 down through there. Because it backs up through here real bad during the day. Oh, I wish I could. You don't know how many times I just wish I could just hammer down and go right on through it. But Illinois is pretty stickler on these construction zones. Occasionally they'll have a white van sitting on the shoulder and it's got a camera set up. 1 mile an hour over will get you a $300 ticket in the mail. I appreciate it there, Cherry. 27 years driving, and knock on wood, no major catastrophe yet. Greatly appreciate y'all hopping on. I actually didn't think I'd get anybody hop on, but actually I did not figure I'd even be able to do a live yet because I didn't have 1,000 subscribers. Like I said, I guess YouTube changed the policies. Because it used to be to go live from a mobile device, you had to have 1,000 subscribers. Pretty quiet out here tonight. I'm probably ticking off the people behind me because it's 55 through here, and like I said, Illinois likes setting up those vans periodically and catching you speeding and sending you tickets in the mail. So my CDL's not worth it. 55 construction zone, I set my crew to 55. I went from nobody behind me to I got a pretty decent line behind me now. Luckily, company I work for, I don't have to speed through constructions or stuff like that to make money. Got an empty trailer on right now. I unloaded yesterday at Cedar Rapids, Iowa. But get down here to the terminal, I'll be picking up a load. It'll probably have, normally with where I'm going, I'll have 50 to 51,000 pounds of flour on. Anybody from the Midwest? In the Midwest? It's 4:16 a.m. local time. It'll be getting daylight here before too long. Coming up on Arcola. believe the construction will end just shortly after the exit interchange. See if they get this to where it's going much past Arcola, I'll probably start running US 45 down through here. US 45 runs just to my right. US 45 parallels I-57 just to the west a little bit. I appreciate it. Appreciate you joining. Conspiracy Queen. Like I said, I've been on the mobile device that prints small and do my best to read names and comments. Hey, yeah, West Virginia Prepared Mind. I have known her for a while now. Met up with her once there in Beckley, West Virginia. Bought her and her grandson lunch at Chick-fil-A. The one and only time I've ever ate at Chick-fil-A. Very, very, very nice, polite, respectful lady. I kind of dropped out on my YouTube videos for a while because our governor here in the communistic state of Illinois, I pretty well backed off my Second Amendment videos, all my firearm videos. I was doing models for a bit, which I'm still doing models. I just gotten behind on them, so I've not been doing my videos on models. Been having trouble with the storage on the phone, so it's kind of hard to do the videos and then upload them and stuff because the videos had cut off about 3 minutes into the video. But now that I know I can do lives on YouTube, I can start getting videos out there again. Now I can bump my speed back up. I'll stay here in this lane until I get past this truck on the shoulder. Well, I thank you, Conspiracy Queen. Appreciate that very much. Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I guess Illinois does have a castle doctrine now. It's not as good as Missouri or Texas's castle doctrine, but at one time, the law in Illinois was somebody breaks in your house, your first priority was to retreat. If you had a means of escape, that was what you had to do legally. But I guess now, somebody breaks into your home, you can give them a lead diet. You live up there in the Windy? I live about 3.5 hours south of Chicago. And I'll tell you, I'm home. You break into my house, it don't matter what room I'm in. Pretty much anywhere in the house, all I got to do is within reach. Living alone, I don't have no kids there. So I don't have to worry about having put in a safe all the time. It's just me. Got to put them up legally, but yeah, we won't go there. I'll just say my grandkids know not to touch my firearms. They got their toy guns. They can be playing with the toy guns. I can hold one of my firearms out in here, say, here, you want to play with this? And they'll look at me and say, nope. The older grandkids, got one that just turned 18 last month. Knows how to properly at least handle the firearm without touching the trigger to either set it aside or bring it to me. Where are you from, Conspiracy Queen? Yeah, Illinois used to be duty to retreat until somebody was telling me different, so I looked it up, and Illinois does have a castle doctrine now. But when I first got my concealed carry permit, it was duty to retreat. Oh, Maryland near DC. Oh, not, yeah. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been out that way, but the company I used to drive for, I was out there constantly around that whole general area, especially Jersey. I-95 corridor. Do not like it out there. On the East Coast, anything north of Georgia, I pretty much don't like until you get Rhode Island ain't bad. Vermont, a lot of people don't realize Vermont has had constitutional carry. The Second Amendment is your permit. They've had that since 1776. I don't know. Maybe around D.C., but I know parts of the East Coast are just getting worse and worse. You go down to South Philadelphia, you don't want to be there long if you got to go there. Yeah, definitely did not like the traffic out there. The company I drove for before, this one, we had a place we delivered about halfway about halfway across Long Island. Not sure the exact pronunciation. We called it Hauppauge, New York. Wasn't bad going in. We'd go in there 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and we'd run 65 mile an hour across the LIE, Long Island Expressway there to get where we was going. Get in there, we'd get to where we delivered, we'd crawl in the bunk. Once they got there in the next morning, got us unloaded. And then when we were leaving empty, that was the nightmare, trying to get out of Long Island. First exit, Mattoon, Illinois. I basically live about a mile west of me. A mile straight west of me is my place I live at. If I'd went down to US 45, I'd been able to see my place. But made a wrong lane decision in Long Island once. Coming out of Long Island, I can't remember if I was still on Long Island or no, I wasn't Long Island. Might have been Brooklyn. But I made a long lane choice. Couldn't get over. That lane became the exit lane for the Manhattan Bridge into Manhattan. Come out on Canal Street. Not a place you want to be with a big truck. Yeah, I'm lucky. I don't go New York boroughs. And I don't go to California anymore. Yeah, Mattoon, Illinois is one I'm passing now. That's where I live at. I can't remember the exact population. It's right around 20,000. Luckily, I live about 5 miles, 6 miles north of town. This exit here is the main east-west drag through town. Just off this exit, you got Walmart, Home Depot. You got all your little stores, restaurants, motels. Building a new sports complex. They just opened up a Chick-fil-A here, Five Below. A couple other places. Supposed to be a huge sports complex they're putting in. And And then the next exit we get to will be the main north-south drag through town. .6 miles between exits. .33 a.m. local time. My first delivery there in Effingham at 6. I'll just go straight to the mill, grab my paperwork for my next load, squeeze through the mill over to the drop lot, drop this empty. Hopefully my loaded is at the mill and not at the terminal. Terminal about 7-8 blocks away from the mill, but I guess it don't really matter. I got to go back right by the terminal anyway, headed to where I deliver, so I'll be going back that way anyway. Dude, dummer Scheiß! Mach's nicht! Not too bad this time of day. Not a lot of traffic. I got unloaded in Cedar Rapids yesterday, coming out of the trip from Cedar Rapids, Iowa to Bloomington, Illinois. Man, traffic was a nightmare. Oh, Doc, du bist ein dummer Scheiß. Freaking truck got up beside me real quick, passed me, and now he's just hanging out. Not a smart thing to do, dude. Especially a semi, but even a personal vehicle. If you're in a personal vehicle, you're passing another personal vehicle, or like I said, especially a semi, don't hang out beside them. That is one of the worst things you can do. He caught up to me really, really quick, so he got the ability to pass me. My CB decided to quit working. It had to do with connections in the truck and not the CB. It comes on, goes off, comes on, goes off. These Peterbilts, I don't know what it is about it. We got a co-driver. Well, another driver works for the company. He's got a day cab Peterbilt. I got a sleeper. But theirs did the same thing. CB works, but you hook it up to the connections in the truck, it just won't come on. Normally I'd slow down and let this guy around me, but I have a feeling he gets in front of me, he's just going to slow back down. I'm going to have to slow down even more. Yeah, West Virginia Prepared Mine took that trip out to the northwest there. Seen some of those videos, but I've not seen a whole lot posted from her since. Oh, those Amazon drivers, not all of them, but I would say the majority of them, shoot, can't even speak English. They hire those foreigners to drive for them, and Seen one up on a Jersey barrier a couple of weeks ago. Couldn't understand the signs that said his lane's ended. And he never even slowed down. His lane ended and he just went right up on top of the Jersey barrier. Oh yeah, Arkansas cracked down on it. I believe Mississippi, either Mississippi or Alabama is another state that was doing it. Pulling him in the scale house and giving an English reading writing test. In a semi, Google Maps is one of the worst GPSs you can use. That is designed for a car. It does not list low clearances. It does not list restricted routes. There's been drivers using Google Maps and get off on freaking bike paths. I do run a truck routing GPS by Garmin, but I really don't use it. The main thing I use my GPS for is if the boss calls me, dispatch calls me, says, hey, how far out are you? How much longer are you going to be? Blah, blah, blah. Instead of finding a mile marker and figuring out, okay, I'm this far from here, which is this far from here and all that, and figuring out my times, all I got to do is look down the GPS and I'm 24 miles away. That's pretty much all I really use a GPS for. If I've got to route myself to a new location, I don't know how to get there, I use a Rand McNally paper atlas. I might use a GPS to get from the exit into the facility. But starting point to the exit to where I'm going, I use a paper atlas. Yeah, DC can be a flustercluck. About 25 and a half, 26 years ago, I was driving for Schneider. The place I was going to had wrong directions. Found out if you're in a truck and you make an exit off Pennsylvania Avenue, you got cars there to escort you out. And they're waiting for you by the time you get to the end of the ramp. Well, they don't seem to like having a big truck near the White House without a reason. especially when it's placarded with hazmat. And back then we didn't even have GPSs. They might have been out, but only the rich had them back then, like that 25 and a half, 26 years ago. Been driving 27 years, and it was shortly after I started driving. Yeah, Atlanta traffic is pretty bad. I'll tell you, the worst, as far as traffic goes, the worst place I've driven with traffic is Montreal, Quebec. Lanes are more narrow. In a truck, it's really, really, really easy to swap mirrors. You got a truck passing you, or you're passing another truck. If you're not completely centered in your lane, you will swap mirrors. And they don't care. They just keep on going. Toronto gets pretty bad during rush hour. On the 401, QEW, I've never had much issue on the QEW. Runs up from like Niagara Falls up into Toronto. But the 401 running east and west through Toronto, man, that's nasty. Especially during rush hour. I would say comparable to, I would say Atlanta and New York City put together. I've been all 48 states, and I've been 4 provinces of Canada. Been to every major metropolitan city in the continental U.S. I probably cannot even imagine the smaller towns I've been to and through. Been the entire length of every interstate in the continental U.S. except for the ones they've created in the past 4 years. I think there's some they've created in the past 4 or 5 years I've not been on, but my longest haul is I picked up in the state of Washington, and I took that load halfway across Nova Scotia. Oh yeah, big difference between Wheeling, West Virginia and D.C. Big cultural change. what's my best view on the East Coast, or what's the best view that I can remember having anywhere? Oh, I did enjoy on the East Coast. I did enjoy crossing into the boroughs on the Verrazano Narrows Bridge, being able to see the Statue of Liberty. I don't know. Probably the best view would be, I believe it, going across I-80. I think it was I-80. And stopping in a rest area called Devil's Gorge, and walking the path and just seeing the mountain valley below you. Interstate 77 from Beckley, West Virginia, from Charleston, West Virginia down to Beckley, West Virginia, is really, really, really nice during the fall. There's a lot of places that are just amazing to see. Interstate 80 just outside of Salt Lake City, Utah. I can't remember what town it is, but it's not too far out of Salt Lake. You got Devil's Slide. That's pretty cool scenery. Man, the very, very, very first time I saw the Statue of Liberty, I was disappointed. It's near as big in person as seen on TV or anything else. It's like, I know it's big, but it's nothing like they make it seem. There's still a lot of sights I would like to see. Unfortunately, in a truck, I have been a quarter mile from the Grand Canyon and never seen it. It's just with the mountains and everything else, the trees, the truck legal route, you cannot see Grand Canyon from it, but you're only a quarter mile from it. It was the same trip, same route. I went by the gate. The gate was closed. It was the middle of the night, but it was the gate to go into the Four Corners National Park. So I've been real close to the Four Corners, but never got to go in and see it. Almost 5 a.m., 4:52 local time. Rest area should be starting to open up. Yeah, there's a few trucks that already left. There's a few spots open now. Man, parking on the East Coast is a nightmare. People say East Coast has mountains, West Coast has mountains, but the view of the East Coast mountains compared to the view of the West Coast mountains is just so completely different. The West Coast, I mean, it's pretty much Rocky Mountains. I mean, it's just a rock. East Coast, they're covered by trees, a lot of evergreens, a lot of green on the mountains on the East Coast, not so much on the West Coast. But the ones on the West Coast, you can be driving down, see a mountain ahead of you, June, July, and you see the mountain, the top of the mountain, it's high enough, you got snow on it. Coming into Effingham, Illinois now, I-5770 run through here. I'll be taking the next exit. I'll take the back roads into the terminal, that way I don't have to go through town. I'm at a quarter tank of fuel. I should be able to at least deliver this first load before I got a fuel. Well, yeah. Where I deliver at, we use their air and everything. I don't have to idle the truck, so I can deliver these next two loads before I got to fuel up. Head down to Lebanon, Tennessee. This lane I'm in becomes an exit-only lane. So unless that truck ahead of me is going to the truck stops, he's probably going to be wanting to make a lane change to the left. Yeah, that you heard was cameras in the truck have lane departure. If we cross that fog line, which is a solid white line on the right, or the zipper line, the one to my left, we cross that, it lets us know, hey, you got a lane departure. Yep, told you he didn't want the exit. So. Only bad thing about being able to do lives on YouTube now, my schedule always changes, so I really can't say, hey, I'm going to be doing lives at this time. I started yesterday early, I started today early. Tomorrow might be a later start. I'm not sure what time my Lebanon, Tennessee delivers, but if it's a 1 p.m. delivery, I'm hoping to make it down there to Hopkinsville, Kentucky tonight, if I got the hours to do it. And I won't be starting, if I make it down to Hopkinsville, if I got a 1 p.m. delivery in Lebanon, I won't be starting my day until about 11 a.m. 8-hour difference compared to yesterday and today. Flatbed, more than likely coming out of T-Town. Probably just delivered to Stevens Cabinetry. Yeah, if you get the wrong turn or whatever and you get off through here, they got this set to where you can go the way I'm going and then not this turn but the next one. You can turn here at this intersection, go down to the next turn, make a right, and that's the road that goes right in front of that QT truck stop gas station, and get right back to 57. But I go this way, that way I don't have to go through Effingham to get to Teotopoulos. As you can see, it's starting to get daylight. Probably daylight where you're at already. Probably sun up already. If I had my personal vehicle, I would have turned right there at that last intersection. And that literally comes out right at the terminal. But it's got a 3-ton weight limit, 6,000 pound weight limit on that road. So can't take the truck that way. And it's really, really hilly. The trailers I pull have a line run down the bottom of them about, some of our trailers, the line's only about 8 inches off the ground. This trailer here is about a foot off the ground, but those hills are steep enough I'd probably tear out a bottom line. Got to watch deer down through here. Deer pretty bad. I'm able to do live streams now. I'm going to phone because for some reason it won't let me do it in landscape with the phone sideways. Got to have the phone vertical to do live stream. Teotopoulos. Yeah, I've seen a semi hit a deer before, and it was basically like seeing a big balloon filled with red dye getting smacked with a hammer. All you seen was a brown and red poof. Basically, I get up to the stop sign, literally straight ahead is the scale house where our paperwork's at. But too many foreign truckers had come in and blocked right there at that entrance, and that is where the owner of the company parks, and they were blocking his parking spot. He said no more. So I got to make a right-hand turn and come in the other entrance. I got to wait for traffic because I got to take both lanes here when I turn. It's not that wide of a road. I'll pull over here before I pull up the scale house and do my macros on the company device. Well, do some of my macros that I can do now. Go on duty. I'm on driving now. Go on duty. Not DVIR. See if I can show it real quick. I don't know if it'll show on here or not, but here's our company device. Our logs. Showing our log graph. Arrive, drop trailer. And depart, drop trailer. Confirm next load. What the hell? My focus just went all to heck. There we go. Sorry about that. Arrive shipper. Now I can pull on up there and go and grab my paperwork. Let's see who we got working today. That's not Russell, that's not Jake. Alrighty, I'm going to end this video here. I'm going to run in and grab my paperwork, get ready to grab my next load. There's Jake. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you sticking with me, and we will catch y'all on the next one.